this dais and defend the senseless acts of terror that's happening domestically. Their dirty, filthy mouths that needs to be washed with soap, saying that this would not impact or save lives. I'd like to ask the question if the parents of those who lost their loved ones this weekend would feel the same. And the parents who lost their loved ones in San Bernardino would echo the same sentiments of these heartless people that care not about individuals or keeping people safe on our streets, but care mostly about holding a weapon in their hand. These are vicious people that are sitting here protecting these vicious murderers that are terrorizing our streets and making it very difficult for us to feel safe even at home.
Thank you for visiting the Black Riflemen's Organization. This is the brother from another mother, here to give you a little news today about the continuing gunpocalypse in California. Yes, that was the voice of California Democratic Senator Isidore Hall, referring to those of us who stand for Second Amendment rights as filthy-mouthed individuals who stand for viciousness and so forth. The amazing thing, as I listened to the video that you just watched, is just remembering the fact that it was the black codes which became the Jim Crow laws that actually first began to push for gun control in America. As a matter of fact, after the Civil War, it was against the law for a black man to have even a large stick in his hand, let alone a gun. And the Ku Klux Klan, according to Dave Kopel, a Second Amendment advocate and lawyer, actually was like America's first gun control enforcement force, if you will. There'll be a link in the description so you can read Dave Kopel's work yourself. But he is a historian and lawyer and so forth, and gave some interesting information concerning Jim Crow laws and so forth. And today, it is in the inner city where lots of black and brown people happen to live, where the law-abiding citizen would benefit most from having access to a firearm to defend themselves from those with the potential or the desire to do them harm. And this brother, from Compton no less, is pushing for all sorts of interesting things that are going to negate the freedom of the people as far as the Second Amendment is concerned. As a matter of fact, it's the Second Amendment that will protect his right to refer to people like you and I as vicious, dirty-mouthed individuals who need to have our mouths washed out with soap and so forth. As a matter of fact, Senator Hall, along with other senators, helped to push through Senate Bill 880, which expands the definition of an assault weapon to include semi-automatic rifles that have a bullet button. So the device that actually hampers one's ability to remove a magazine from a weapon is now being deemed illegal. Now, Governor Jerry Brown said, if I understand correctly, that these laws won't go into effect for approximately 1 year. And in the meantime, if you already own a weapon and you live in California that has a bullet button, you can keep that. But you won't be able to purchase any new bullet button laws, bullet button possessing firearms once the law goes into effect. So that's what's happening right now in the state of California. Senate Bills 1235 and 1446 will have a tremendous impact. In particular, 1235 has made it more difficult to purchase ammunition. If I understand the bill correctly, basically they're going to create a system where in order to purchase ammunition, a background check will have to be done on the purchaser along with a showing of ID, and they will compare your ID and name and so forth with a list of known felons to make sure that you're not buying ammunition to commit a crime. And Senate Bill 1446 is basically going to ban high-capacity magazines, so-called high-capacity magazines. In other words, if you have a magazine that holds more than 10 rounds in California, you've got to get rid of it. Now, prior to this law going into effect, if you had more, or should I say standard capacity magazines that held more than 10 rounds, then you would be able to keep those, but you couldn't buy any new ones. Well, now they've been banned. So if you've got some that were grandfathered in, you got to cough those up according to this law. So again, the Second Amendment right is slowly but surely being eradicated. Now, you all know whatever starts in California or in New York usually will spread to the rest of the country over a period of time. So keep your eyes open and see if these things begin to take root where you live at. Remember, stay strong, stay vigilant, and stay prayed up. This is your brother from another mother reminding you that gunfire against tyranny is the rhythm of liberty. Thank you for watching.